War is a bloody, profitable business. Though it has always been portrayed as a clash of ideologies, a fight for territory, or a struggle for survival, governments speak of national security, defense, and the protection of freedom. Flags wave, speeches are made, and the language of patriotism fills the air. But behind the politics and the rhetoric lies another powerful force that rarely appears in headlines: money. Lots of money. War is not only a political or military event, it is also a massive economic enterprise. Every missile fired must be replaced, every tank destroyed must be rebuilt, every aircraft lost must be replenished, every bullet fired must be manufactured again. And behind those weapons are corporations, defense contractors, and arms manufacturers whose revenues often surge during times of global conflict. For some companies, war does not mean economic collapse. It means growth. It means contracts worth billions of dollars. It means production lines running day and night. It means profits. This video is not about blaming soldiers or denying the reality of national defense. Nations do need to protect themselves, but it is about understanding a deeper truth that shapes modern conflict. War has become an industry, and like any industry, there are powerful financial incentives behind it. Today, we will explore two sides of this reality. First, the massive economic ecosystem built around the global arms trade, and second, the devastating human cost paid by ordinary people caught in the middle. The global arms industry is one of the largest and most powerful sectors in the world economy. According to international defense research institutions, the global military market is worth hundreds of billions of dollars every year. Governments spend enormous sums on defense budgets, and a large portion of that money flows to private contractors responsible for designing and producing weapons systems. Some of the largest defense companies include Lockheed Martin, Raytheon Technologies, Northrop Grumman, Boeing Defense, General Dynamics, BAE Systems. These companies develop everything from fighter jets and missiles to cyber warfare systems and advanced surveillance technologies. While these corporations play legitimate roles in national defense infrastructure, their financial performance often rises during periods of global instability. For example, Lockheed Martin, one of the largest defense contractors in the world, has seen steady growth over decades due to massive government contracts. The company produces the F-35 fighter jet, one of the most expensive military programs in history, involving trillions of dollars across its lifetime. Whenever geopolitical tensions rise, nations often accelerate purchases of such systems. Similarly, Raytheon, known for producing missile defense systems such as the Patriot missile system and advanced radar technology, has benefited from increased global demand during conflicts where missile threats become more prominent. Northrop Grumman, another major contractor, is responsible for stealth bombers, drones, and advanced military technologies. Conflicts around the world often lead to increased investments in surveillance, reconnaissance, and unmanned systems, areas where companies like Northrop thrive. Even aerospace giants like Boeing maintain large defense divisions that manufacture military aircraft, helicopters, and weapons systems. Meanwhile, BAE Systems, one of the largest defense firms in Europe, supplies armored vehicles, naval systems, and advanced combat technologies to governments around the world. These companies do not directly create wars. Governments make those decisions. But when wars occur, the demand for weapons and defense systems inevitably rises. Missiles must be replenished, ammunition must be resupplied, destroyed equipment must be replaced, and all of this requires manufacturing. In many cases, defense contractors experience record revenues during periods of heightened global tension. Stock prices for defense companies have historically surged during major geopolitical conflicts. For investors, war can sometimes appear as a signal of increased government spending, and that spending often translates into corporate growth. One of the most significant economic factors behind modern warfare is something called replenishment cycles. When a country supplies weapons to allies or uses large quantities of military equipment during conflict, its own stockpiles must eventually be replenished. This means new contracts are issued to defense manufacturers. For example, during modern conflicts where thousands of missiles or artillery shells are used, governments must quickly replace those supplies. That replacement process involves enormous industrial production. Factories expand, workers are hired, production lines operate continuously, defense budgets increase. These cycles create long-term revenue streams for military contractors. Some defense programs last decades, generating steady income for companies and subcontractors. Entire regional economies can become dependent on defense manufacturing jobs. Cities host factories that build aircraft components, missiles, and electronic systems. Universities collaborate with defense firms on research. Suppliers produce specialized materials and technology. In this sense, the defense industry becomes deeply integrated into national economies, which makes reducing military spending politically complicated. When thousands of jobs depend on weapons manufacturing, economic pressure can influence policy decisions. This is one reason analysts often describe the system as the military-industrial complex, a term popularized during the Cold War. It refers to the close relationship between governments, defense contractors, and political institutions. But while balance sheets may grow during times of conflict, the same cannot be said for the people living through war. Because war's profits exist alongside unimaginable suffering. Every bomb dropped destroys more than infrastructure. It destroys lives. Cities that once bustled with life can be reduced to ruins within months. Homes collapse. Schools are destroyed. Hospitals become overwhelmed or damaged. Electric grids fail. Water systems break down. Entire neighborhoods become ghost towns. Families who once lived peaceful lives suddenly face impossible choices: stay and risk death, or flee and become refugees. Millions of people across the world have been forced to leave their homes because of war. They cross borders carrying only what they can hold. Children grow up in refugee camps, separated from familiar environments, education, and stability. War also creates long-term psychological trauma. Survivors carry the memories of explosions, loss, and fear for years, sometimes for entire lifetimes. Children who grow up in war zones often experience anxiety, grief, and emotional scars that shape their futures. In addition to human suffering, wars devastate national economies. Infrastructure destroyed during conflict can take decades to rebuild. Bridges collapse, transportation networks disappear, factories shut down, agriculture is disrupted, food supplies become uncertain. Entire generations can lose opportunities for education, employment, and development. Even after the fighting stops, the recovery process can take decades, and the cost of rebuilding often falls on the very countries that were devastated. One of the most troubling realities about modern warfare is how easily it becomes cyclical. Conflicts lead to destruction. Destruction leads to reconstruction. Reconstruction requires resources and investment. Meanwhile, new tensions emerge elsewhere. The global defense industry continues operating, producing advanced weapons for nations seeking security in an uncertain world. Some analysts argue that as long as war remains profitable for certain sectors, the incentives for maintaining large military infrastructures will remain strong. Others argue that strong defense industries are necessary to deter aggression and maintain global stability. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. Defense capabilities can protect nations, But unchecked economic incentives can also distort priorities. The challenge for modern societies is finding balance, ensuring national security without allowing conflict to become normalized or economically desirable. This brings us to the deeper question: what kind of world do we want to build? A world where human innovation is used primarily for destruction? Or a world where the same engineering talent, technology, and resources are directed towards solving humanity's greatest challenges? Imagine if the same budgets used for weapons were invested in global health, education, clean energy, infrastructure, scientific research. The potential for human progress could be extraordinary. Yet history shows that conflict has often accelerated technological development. The paradox of modern civilization is that some of our most advanced technologies were born from warfare. The challenge for future generations will be redirecting that innovation toward peace rather than destruction.
In conclusion, war may generate profits for corporations and industries, but its true cost cannot be measured in financial reports. The real cost is measured in broken cities, lost lives, shattered families, and generations shaped by trauma. Behind every missile launch is a manufacturing process. Behind every destroyed building is a human story. Understanding the economics of war does not mean ignoring national security, but it does mean asking difficult questions about incentives, priorities, and the future of humanity. Because if war continues to function as a profitable enterprise, the temptation to sustain conflict will always exist, and the world deserves better than that. Peace may not generate the same profits as war, but its value is infinitely greater. If this video helped you see the hidden economics behind modern conflict, consider sharing it so more people can understand how the machinery of war really works. Because awareness is the first step toward change, and the more people who understand the true cost of war, the closer we may come to choosing peace instead.